Alright guys, welcome back to F1 News. Quick video today on Charles Leclerc and his response to Verstappen winning 5 out of the last 6 races and Red Bull now winning 6 straight, saying that actually this doesn't kind of dishearten Leclerc, it actually motivates him to with the car as it currently is, and also with his personal performance so far this season, he can still compete for this year's Drivers' Championship. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Driver of the day, technically, Charles Leclerc last weekend. There has been rumours circulating that actually Nicholas Latifi won this, because a lot of people were voting for Nicholas Latifi as his home Grand Prix, of course, would be kind of funny. But I think maybe the delay in announcing it was that some people indicated that actually it was Latifi that had won, and they kind of gave it to second place, and then kind of made up that Latifi never won it in the first place. So that's a bit of a rumour that's going on. But Leclerc, probably P19 to P5, probably deserved it, all things considered. Still confident, Leclerc, that they can take the championship this year, provided, of course, reliability is addressed. We knew coming into this season, more than likely, this championship might be determined by reliability. At the start of the year, it looked like it was going to be determined in Ferrari's favour by the Red Bull reliability, which still slowly is creeping back into consideration, right? You've got to consider the gearbox issue that Perez had, of course, in Canada. Like, if another couple of DNFs this season for Verstappen, this championship is right back on. But Leclerc will still have to take further engine penalties based on his engines blowing up. I mean, especially Spain and also Baku as well, where, of course, in both races, he was in a commanding position to potentially take victory at both occasions, on both occasions. Now, one other positive thing here for Charles Leclerc is the fact that Carlos Sainz was actually doing a very good job up against Verstappen right at the front of the grid, but actually Carlos Sainz we didn't really get to see Leclerc's true pace at the Canadian Grand Prix. He wasn't really in free air or wasn't fighting Verstappen at the front or anything, so we didn't really get to see what it was like. And at the end, when he could potentially have chased down George Russell for 4th place, he had like 25 lap old medium tyres that weren't particularly conducive to chasing down George Russell in that Mercedes. But Mattia Binotto says from Ferrari that only Charles Leclerc used the kind of new lower downforce, it seems, rear wing. It was not possible for Carlos to use it because it would have to be mounted in qualifying to use it in the race. If he'd have crashed, we did not have the spare part. It was a unique piece for Silverstone, so therefore saying effectively that, okay, they couldn't really afford to use that rear wing, but in Charles Leclerc's case, because he was starting at the back, and therefore if he crashed out, they could have changed parts and started at the back anyway, then they gave it a go. So effectively saying that if Sainz had that new rear wing and they were able to use that on his car as well, then Sainz might have actually been more competitive. So effectively arguing maybe that the Ferrari was a more competitive car than was seen this weekend. Sainz was very close to Verstappen in terms of race pace this weekend. He himself thought that he was the fastest guy on the track, potentially with a kind of a worse rear wing to what Leclerc had on offer, and of course with Leclerc driving faster than Carlos this year, probably gives him confidence that up against a fair fight with Verstappen, he might still have the upper hand on certainly some of these tracks. And he says the following, right, seeing Verstappen take all these victories, now 5 out of the last 6, Red Bull on a 6 race win streak, I'm pretty sure the highest, I'm not exactly sure what the highest ever is for Red Bull, maybe Vettel when he won 9 races in a row, whatever it was back in the day, but still Red Bull are kind of looking to extend their record of victories, but it's not Leclerc that's kind of downtrodden by this and feeling really frustrated and kind of horrified at the way the last few races have turned out, right? His massive advantage turned into a massive deficit, but as he describes, instead of that, it actually motivates me. I know the pace is here in my car, I'll just make sure that's fully on screen. I'm not worried, I'm just extremely motivated to finally have a clean weekend and show that we are here and that we are strong. Obviously, Red Bull has also had a few problems, so definitely reliability is going to be a big thing, but that's what we need whenever we have more difficult weekends. Just go and take some good points. That is what, of course, we did this time around. So, of course, no guarantees this championship is over by any means. It looked like it's kind of sewn up by Red Bull at this point, but of course, Leclerc is still confident that it can all change around as it did from race 3 to race 9, like a massive swing after Australia, now to after Canada, for where Verstappen and Leclerc are respectively in the championship. That could, of course, still turn around again. We're not even at the halfway point yet. We're still a couple of races away from getting to the halfway point. So yes, still things can still certainly change. Leclerc, I believe, is 49 points behind. We'll see the numbers here in a second. Yeah, 49 points behind Verstappen. That is 2 Verstappen DNFs, certainly plausible, and then 2 Leclerc victories, right? And he's right back in the game. But of course, Leclerc will not have any more DNFs for the remainder of the season. Any further DNFs for him probably chalk it up, right, to mean the season is over. And it's going to take something really to beat Verstappen this year because of just how consistently he's driving. It's going to take crashes, DNFs, really, you would imagine, to make Verstappen lose this championship, because as he's driving right now, he's going to be tough to stop. But Leclerc's confident that he can still win the races. And look, he might have to take a further engine penalty at some point or another. But he's saying, look, Verstappen, he's winning an awful lot right now, but that's motivating me to know that I can compete with him in the level playing field, and we have the car to do that when the car is actually working well. Now, it seems almost less likely that Ferrari right now can win the Constructors. I'm sure, most teams would prefer to win the Drivers' Championship anyway, but as you can see right here, Ferrari already way behind Red Bull. Doesn't seem like that's going to change anytime soon. Of course, it certainly could, but just think how close Mercedes are to Ferrari, all things considered, despite the fact that, Mercedes this year has had nowhere near the performance. But that's it for this video. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new as always, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.